actually be a good spot here because we got a big pond here on this side and a big old thick beaver swamp here. So if any deer want to go from one side to the other, they're going to get funneled right between these two bodies of water. Plus it's about 70, 75 degrees today at the end of October. So they might be coming to hit one of these water sources. So we're going to try and find a good tree that'll fit both of us and get up in it right here somewhere. There's something moving over there. The swamp is way bigger than I thought it was. We've been set up here for about an hour now. Took us a little bit to figure out where we wanted to sit. We found this really great funnel between a pretty big swamp and a smaller, what looks like an old man-made pond of some sort. It's like 70 degrees today. It's pretty warm, so the water features might help us out. It's also the 26th of October, so bucks are gonna start cruising for does. So if they want to get around either of these water features, they're gonna have to funnel through this 30-yard chute we got here. So we're set up. Not a whole lot of great trees for us to sit in today, so we took what we could get, and we're gonna have to work with our shooting lanes, but I feel pretty good about this spot. We found a couple good rubs nearby, so there's been bucks here in the past, so we're gonna set it out till dark and see what we can see. Alright guys, we just made it out. We broke down our set a little bit early. We weren't seeing a whole lot of sign movement other than a couple rubs we found right when we got in that funnel. So we broke down a little early to see if we could bump any deer moving out, just to see what they were doing. We didn't bump any deer on the way out. We think it's a lack of feed where we are. It's a lot of pines and aspens, but not a whole lot of oaks or understory feed. So we're gonna go back, hit the maps a little bit more, try and reapproach it from a different angle next time we're here. But all in all, it was a good night out in the woods. We got to hang out a little bit. We covered some country, we crossed some stuff off the map, so it's a little bit less area that we know there isn't deer, so we just got to narrow the area down a little bit. So stay tuned for next time when we hopefully can find some deer.
Nice crisp morning here. Me and Cole came to the state game lands here in New York. It's our second day on this state game lands. We went real deep, about 35-minute walk. I don't know, maybe a mile back. Found this nice bench with a bunch of acorns on it. Seems to be a pretty good spot. I think when I was getting ready, I saw some deer here up on the bench. We'll see what happens. It's feeling like there could be deer here. Rut's really kicking in too, so probably start grunting here a little bit. Maybe do some rattling, so we'll see what happens. Two of us split up, so double the chances.
Alright guys, welcome back. It is November 3rd. Back on some public land here in New York for our public land challenge. I'm up here with Keegan today. He's about 150 to 200 yards away from me, to my left, on the other side of this saddle that we're hunting. We went about a mile and a half back in here today. Finally found some oak trees. I'm on a big oak flat here to my left, really deep saddle here to my right, and it's about 40 degrees, so we got
some good weather here to get some deer moving here at the hot part of the rut. So I'm happy that we found feed. That was our problem last week, I think. Keegan just texted me, said he's seen deer already, so hopefully we have a good sit today. I think if I don't see any deer during this sit, we're going to have to find another spot, because if there's deer here, this is where they'll be. They'll be transitioning through this saddle here to my left, and or up here, the does will be bedded and eating in this oak flat to my right. So we're going to hunt it out till noon, give it a good sit. I normally see a lot of my rut movement around the 10 o'clock time frame as these deer get up out of their morning beds with their does and move into seeking for other hot does for the day. So it's about 9 o'clock now, so we should start to see some movement picking up here in the next couple hours. We're going to give it till noon, and then we're going to get after some pheasants this afternoon. So it's going to be a great day. Took off work, so a bad day hunting is better than a good day working. So we're going to wait it out. It's a beautiful day. Sun just came up, and we'll see what we see. Alright guys, it's 11 o'clock now. So far, it's been a great morning. I did my first rattle sequence around 10 o'clock. Brought in a little 3-inch spike. And then about 10:30, a decent 8-point walked through. Came into about 40 yards, but up here on this oak flat, it's half oaks, half little quaking aspen trees, and it's just too thick to be able to get a shot. He was moving through it about 60 yards, and I hit him with a couple grunts, and it turned him on a dime, and he walked right in. He read the script perfectly, came right up through the middle of this saddle, just like we were expecting him to. So we're going to give it about 45 minutes yet. See if anything else moves through here. Hopefully we can get a shot. Beautiful weather today, nice and sunny. Pretty heavy stays out of our saddle. And up here behind me, up to my right. So I have a feeling these deer are feeding from these oaks down onto the private land. That's about 200 yards that way. And so we'll see how the rest of the afternoon goes. Hopefully we can get some more bucks to move through. I'm gonna hit it with another rattling sequence here in about 15 minutes. We'll keep you guys updated.
Small spike just went by. Little recap, while I was out there I saw a little spike buck. Cole ended up calling that spike buck in a small 8-point, so I'll let him tell you what happened over on his side.
Alright guys, we just made it back out. It was a great morning. You gotta love November mornings out there when the bucks are starting to move. I was set up right on the edge of a saddle and called in a little spike that Keegan saw, and then I rattled a couple of minutes later and called in a pretty decent 8-point. My goal for this whole New York Public Land Challenge was to shoot any good buck, any legal buck, so it definitely would have been a shooter. Came into about 37 to 40 yards, somewhere in there, and it was just so thick in there with all those aspens and stuff that I couldn't get the shot off. But it was great to finally see deer, know that we are starting to get onto them, starting to figure it out. It feels good to be able to look at our map and be able to find deer through the map. So we'll give it another go here sometime soon, and we'll see if we can't connect on a good buck.